What's going on, guys? I hope everybody had a good weekend. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a shop exactly like the one in the game The Binding of Isaac. In a previous video, I set up this floor using geometry nodes, and I've done the same thing to make this bookshelf. The way that it works is you create a bookshelf tile on the left and automatically will get added to this on the right. So for example, if I duplicated this box or whatever and I go into edit mode, I can shrink it or I can change, like in this case I've added potions and books and stuff like that, but you could if you go into face select, you could select one of the faces, and if you extrude up, you can see that this is automatically added to the bookshelf. This is very powerful, especially when you're making a game like The Binding of Isaac. You're going to be remaking walls and floors over and over again. This is extremely useful to just do that immediately without having to do anything. This file is available for download in the description of the video for free, so you're welcome to download this and use it however you want to. Like in the previous video where we added drops, we're going to use a scriptable object, so we're able to dynamically add more shop items just by right-clicking. The prefab is going to be an arrangement of the game object we're purchasing and the Text Mesh Pro for the price. I'm using the font Upheaval, which you can download from the internet for free, and I've set an outline with it in my settings. The shop level is going to be used later to determine what items should appear in the shop based on what you've unlocked. I haven't added the donation machine or shopkeepers or anything like that yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to be copying that or not. The cost will be the amount of coins each item costs. And then we have a method called clone, which returns a copy of the scriptable object. This is important because if we instantiate the shop item, we want to keep a reference to it. And if you copy a direct reference, if there's duplicate items like 2 hearts or 2 bombs or 2 keys or something, if you go to buy that item, it will buy all of them at the same time. And if you create a clone of the object instead, it will only buy the one that you're running into. Then we're creating a folder in the resources folder called shop items, where all of our shop items will be loaded from. In each shop item, we'll store the information we discussed in the shop item class earlier. Then we'll create an empty game object called Shop Manager, and we'll attach a script called Shop Manager to the game object. Inside of the Shop Manager script, we're creating a static variable called Instance. This will allow us to access this specific script from anywhere in our game. When the game starts, we'll load a list of our shop items from the folder that we created into a static list called Available Shop Items that's saved in our player static class. Remember, the player static class is what we're using to save variables in our game. Making a class static allows you to access these variables from any script within your project. So we're saving a list of these shop items into available shop items as a static list. That way we can access this by calling player.availableShopItems in any of our scripts in our project. So that I'm looking up the transform for the shop rooms game object for where we're going to be putting these shop items in. Because when I change rooms, all of the game objects get disabled. I only want these shop items to appear when I enter the shop room. So then this loop will iterate 5 times, each time picking a random shop item and instantiating it in a horizontal formation based on the spacing at the top. Then we'll set all of the shop items text to be red because we start with 0 coins. Then we'll add all of the shop items to our shop items in our static class, as well as the dictionary that's attached to this class at the top. Then in the player movement script, after we pick up coins, we're running this static method in the shop manager class called check money. This will update the color of the text depending on if we have enough money for the shop item. This iterates through all of the items in the dictionary that we set up earlier, and it checks if the player's coins are greater than equal the item's cost. If it is greater or equal, it will set the color of the text to be white, otherwise it will set it to red. Then back in the movement script, we've tagged all of our shop items with the shop item tag, so if the tag matches shop item, we will get the shop item using first or default with the value equaling the game object. So this is searching the dictionary that we created if that game object that's on the ground matches the game object that's in the dictionary, and then we're getting the key of that, which will return the actual shop item itself. So lastly, we'll call this method called handle shop item. If the player has enough coins, it will go into this if statement, and then it will try to pick up the item. The reason that we're using pickup items in an if statement is because certain items like hearts will only be able to be picked up if you don't already have full health. So it needs to check if you're able to pick up the item that you're trying to pick up before it picks it up. If you do successfully pick it up, it will subtract coins equal to the cost of the item. It will update the coin text on the screen. It will remove the purchased item from your dictionary, and then it will check money, which is the method that we showed you earlier that makes the shop items go red or white based on if you have enough coins. So this is the pickup items method that we're calling from that other method, and it basically just checks what item you ran into. So if you ran into a key, it gives you a key. If you ran into a bomb, it gives you a bomb. This would probably be better off with a method for each specific thing, so that way the logic, because this could become a very, very big switch statement. But just in the interest of brevity, I'm going to leave it as this for now. Again, like I said, if you put a method in here or a delegated method, that would probably be better, but for right now, we're just going to leave it like this. And so this is the actual effect of you picking up the item. So you can see in the heart one, if the player's health is less than the max health, then it will give you the health. But if it's not, then it will return false, which actually breaks out of that other method, which will prevent you from picking up the heart because you're already full health. Okay, and this is the remove purchase item method that takes the item out of the dictionary. It removes it from your list of shop items inside of the player's static class, and it destroys the game object so it no longer exists inside of the game. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you got lost along the way, you can download this you can download this project from the description of the video for free. If you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And yeah.